to Fire Princess Reviews. I'm Fire Princess Lily, here to talk to you today about comics, cartoons, and other awesome nerd shit. So, as promised, we are going to be talking about the previews for the month of July. Now, if you haven't ever watched a comic book suggestion video before on this channel, this is where we talk about the things coming out in the next 2 months, that being July this time because we're in May, and what I'm getting and what I think is good enough to suggest to you to get yourself. Generally, it's about a top 4 video with an honorable mention. This time, we're just doing a top 6 video. No honorable mention because they're all good. We rate these in a least suggested to most suggested sort of thing. So from basically bottom to top. Or bottom to top. There we go. That's better. So let's get this party started right now. Right away. Here we go. Number 6. I'm actually very excited about this. I'm just not sure how many of you are going to be, which is why it's at the bottom rather than more towards the top. I'm actually wearing a cool shirt from the series, kind of. It's called My Hero Academia Vigilantes. The main character is called Koichi. Yeah, Koichi, maybe. Bad at names. Anyway, he is not a hero. He didn't get his hero license. And as you know, that means he can't do hero work. But he's kind of bored with life. So what he does in his spare time is he uses his very modest, handy quirk to just kind of do some good deeds around the place. Like he'll pick up garbage, or, you know, he'll help some lady with her purse. Just little things like directions. But that is still kind of illegal because he's using his quirk in a way that he's not supposed to. Well, a series of events happens. He ends up teaming up with 2 other non-hero quirk users, and together they actually fight crime. It's very interesting. I've read a few chapters of this series already, and I really like it. It's pretty good. It's very plus ultra, so I like it. The art is actually it's not by Horikoshi. It's actually by somebody different. The story is by Hayuki Furuhashi. Terrible names. And the art is done by Betancourt, which I guess is just a pen name or a catch-all name. I'm not sure. Interesting. Moving on to number 5 from Image Comics is Aphrodite V. So, in the near future in LA, the city is on the brink of evolution, but is also under siege by a wave of new terror from black market technology. Aphrodite V is a cyborg who is on the run from her master. She's a fugitive because she's looking for individuality. She's like cutting top of the line technology, biotech. So that's really interesting. And she's the best chance the city has to save itself. Basically, there's another machine coming. It wants to take over and destroy Los Angeles, and she's basically the best chance at stopping it. It seems kind of RoboCop-ish, which is why I'm interested in it personally. And I think a lot of you will be too, just for like nostalgia and RoboCop. And the art looks really neat. So that's what drew me in first. And I definitely love me some, diesel punk or cyberpunk. One of the two. It's kind of a fusion of the 2 punks. So there you go. Number 4 on the list is Avatar: The Last Airbender, Tales of Team Avatar. Now, this is going to be an anthology series, or an anthology book. It's going to be an anthology collection of different stories about Team Avatar. New stories, so no retellings. And basically, it's going to have different writers, different artists, all working on the same book to bring a nice collection to you to read. Oh, goodness. Voice broke. So that's what that is. That's why it's also not at the top of the list. It's just kind of an anthology. Also kind of, and that's like Dark Horse Studios, or from Dark Horse Studios. Also kind of in the same area of the list is another anthology series coming out from Titan Comics called The Road to the 13th Doctor. It's going to be a monthly series, each comic book focusing on a different Doctor, starting at 10th up to the reveal of the 13th Doctor. So July's comic is going to be about the 10th Doctor. August is going to be about the 11th Doctor. September is going to be about the 12th Doctor. And then October, we're going to have something called The Many Faces of Doctor Who. And then finally in November, we're going to get the brand new 13th Doctor series. It's going to be lots of fun, really cool. For the 10th Doctor comic, apparently the 10th Doctor was arrived on a ship, and he has to solve a crisis where a ghostly being is absorbing the crew of this ship. So that's going to be interesting. It's very classic Who sounding. So I'm definitely going to enjoy that a whole lot. Number 2. This is the number 2 slot. Is also... Sorry. It's a sequel. From Lion Forge Studios, it's Dream of the Butterfly Part 2. Now, if you've watched the channel previously, you notice that in a comic book suggestion video, I did suggest to you Dream of the Butterfly Part 1. I suggested Dream of the Butterfly Part 1. Sorry about that. And I totally reviewed it. And I love it. It's great. It's very cute. It's beautiful artwork. It's very Miyazaki-like. And Part 2 is basically going to be the end of the series. It's going to tie the story together. Tutu is tired of working in the Robot Emperor's factories, and so she's going to try to band everybody together. The Grumpy Cat, the Rabbit Spies, the masked bandit known as the Flying Bandit, and she might find out that her dreams can shape the whole world. So it's going to be interesting. It's going to be neat. I'm certainly looking forward to it. Like I said, the art style is just tremendous and amazing, so I'm really looking forward to that. The art and writer are still the same. The story is being done by Richard Marzano, art by Lao Yu. Oh, and before I forget, back to Aphrodite V, the story is by Brian Hill and the art is by Jeff Spokes. So that was my bad for not mentioning that. The other two that I didn't mention was because they're going to have different artists and different storytellers, so it's kind of hard to pin that down. So there's that. Alright, so number 1 on this list, and I've only done this once before. Normally for these lists, I only stick to smaller publishers, not the big two, either DC or Marvel. I have, on occasion, picked things from either DC or Marvel to feature on this list, and today is also that. And in the number 1 spot is X-23, like anybody's surprise. I love Laura. I love Laura so much. So, of course, I'm going to read it. I'm not super duper excited that she is basically going from being Wolverine back to X-23, but we'll see how it goes. It's going to probably take place right after the Orphans of X storyline. Currently, All New Wolverine is in the old woman Laura story, and that's been a lot of fun so far. We'll talk about that in another video. But, so Laura's going back to her X-23 roots. She's going to root out people who basically purchase her services. She's going to ensure that that can never happen to anybody again, including any of the horrors that she faced. She's going to try to stop those. She's going to bring Gabby and Jonathan along with her. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be great. And I'm really looking forward to it. I really am, even though I think she should still be Wolverine. She's really awesome as Wolverine. The story is actually not going to be done by Tom Taylor. He's moving on to other series, doing other work. The story is being taken over, or being done, I should say, it's a brand new story, being done by Mariko Tamaki. She's done a lot of neat comic book work, so I'm really excited to see what she can do with these characters. But the artist is staying the same. The Juan Cabal is still doing the artwork, so I look forward to that. Really good artist. If you've already been enjoying the artwork for All New Wolverine, you're going to enjoy the artwork for X-23 when it comes out. So, there you have it. That's all the comics I'm suggesting for the month of July. I did order a little bit more than that, but these are the ones I thought were the best of that list, and that's why I'm bringing them to you. So, that's it. What are we going to talk about next time? We're actually going to talk about a YouTube Red series that just came out recently called Cobra Kai. You might have watched it already. You might not have watched it already. But yeah, I've already watched all 10 episodes. I'll tell you what I think about it. The good and the bad. I mean, there's a lot of good, and there's some bad. So we'll see how it goes. It's a very complicated story. And that's what we're going to talk about next time. So, until then, love comics, love cartoons, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!